Hello everyone, my name is Veritas and welcome to a little video. You may not know me, this might be just the first video you've seen because the title was Luigi's Mansion in Minecraft or something like that. Well, as you see, we're in Minecraft and night is falling upon us. I've been trying to wait until nighttime to show you guys the mansion, and yes, I did build Luigi's Mansion in the Xbox 360 version of Minecraft. I don't really know how to show you this is the 360 version. That's digging. But, I mean, yeah, it's the 360 version. You can probably tell from the super flat. I mean, you can, I don't know. I don't know how you're going to tell, I mean, besides looking at it. So, I kind of wanted to start this video off at dusk and talk to you guys for a second before I show you the mansion, which is behind me, which is why I'm not going into third person, because that would defeat the purpose. So, I will be taking you guys through the mansion that I built over a weekend. Probably about, I'd say around 18 hours of work went into it. And now that night is dawning upon us, I suppose it'd be a good time to turn around and show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'm going to fly up a little bit and do the grand reveal. I'll go this way. So you can see it's nighttime now, and there's the mansion. Now, it's not entirely like, oh my god, that's so fantastic. You know, it was just a little bit of, it was like a weekend project, I guess, but I'll do a little bit of a flyover for the front there for you. And I only built, basically, this is a super flat world I just started, and put this on it so you can see how I kind of had to build the hill. But basically, let's walk into it, and I'll, you know, just talk about it and not fall in the hole I built. So yeah, we'll just walk on in. I'm not going to disable my hand because I have to see to open doors. But I'm trying not to, like, ruin the atmosphere by talking about random things. So Luigi's Mansion was a good old-fashioned game on the Nintendo GameCube. Came out a really long time ago. I think pushing about 11 years now. So here we are in the foyer. Now keep in mind everything couldn't be specifically exact to Luigi's Mansion. You can't have a clock or a chandelier because that stuff doesn't work. So we're going to head on upstairs and go to the first room you're actually able to access in the game, which is the parlor. This is where you meet Professor Egad, and then you're moving to the anteroom. Now, believe me, I do not remember the names of all of these rooms, so do not even try to hope that I'm going to say them all correctly. And then this room, so you don't know what this one's called, this is where there's a Speedy Spirit, and Uncle Grimley's in here too during the blackout. And you'll have Toad down here, and then you can kind of see the the graveyard. We're not going to show you that though, because that's that's Area 1's final boss, and we haven't even gotten to Area 1 yet. So, yeah, these rooms have to be very lightly decorated because I can't do things like upside down half slabs and staircases and that kind of stuff because we don't have that yet in the 360 version. Aren't you guys lucky, you PC Master Race? So here technically is Area 1. Here's the study with Father. Like I said, I could make a desk, but can't really do that because I don't have the proper tools. So yeah, here's the study where you'd fight the Father, or suck the Father. Don't take that sexually. Here's Chauncey's room. We'll go in there in a second. Here's the master bedroom. And the broken window, which is how you beat Mother. Yeah, and then if you look out here, you can see the dog run and the graveyard, but we'll go there eventually. So you can kind of use your imagination to figure out what these rooms are like. There's a little ceiling fan for you there. All right, so moving on to the final boss of Area 1. Pardon me, I said Area 1 was Bogmire. Never mind, that's Area 2, I think. Maybe. I don't really know. Anyway, here's Chauncey's room. Little crib and things and shelving and whatnot. You have to be very careful with what you do on the 360 version because you can't really do a lot of stuff you can do on the PC. So we're going to break canon here and go into the twins room since it's right over here. Here we have the twins room. I love this bunk bed. I love how I made this. Yes, I'm going to plug myself here. That also sounds sexual. Anyway, so there's the twins room, and we're done with this side of the second floor, pardon me, because you can't go over there because that's the second hallway. So we're going to head on back downstairs now and explore the downstairs hallway a little bit. Alright, so now we're in the downstairs hallway. As you can see, the hallways are low, which equates for the fact that the ceiling upstairs is also carpeting. And the laundry room, and then the butler's room. Now, if you remember, the butler's room also has a secret room to it, so I added that in just for survival map kind of stuff. I'm going to end up making this a Hunger Games map, and I'm going to put chests in these rooms where the chests would be after you clear the rooms out. I thought that was a cool idea. To throw the chest where the chest would be. So that's I'm making this a Hunger Games map, I guess you could say, or a survival map. I don't really know what it is. I've never seen a Hunger Games map enclosed before. I did, however, build a Hunger Games map. If you guys are interested in seeing that, it has a bunch of stuff on it, a bunch of stuff. But being the 360 version, it has to be smaller. So if you guys if you're interested in seeing that, I can make another video. Just leave a comment about that if you're interested. Here is the fortune teller's room, and then moving over here, we have the mirror room. Not all that impressive, but yet again, neither is the room in the game. Alright, we'll go down to the basement now, I suppose, since that's right here. Heading down into the basement, we have the generator room, the cellar, cold storage, and then King Boo's room. I'm not going to show you the final boss room, which is King Boo's room, because that would kind of defeat the purpose. I mean, you don't see that room until the very end, right? So we'll head on in there at the very end of the walkthrough of Luigi's Mansion, because I don't want to really spoil that for you. I will, however, show you where the well looks into it. Here we have cold storage. Interesting fact, glowstone melts ice, so that's why the ice is at the very bottom and not on the ceiling, because ice is a jackass. Here we have the pipes room. It's, there are random levers. They may or may not do things, but I'm not gonna spoil that surprise for anyone that wants to play the Hunger Games version. And for those of you that would be over here, you'd get to here and be blown back out of the mansion. Actually, it'd be the next door, so you'd be able to get into here unless if you had the key, and then you get blown back out of the mansion because King Boo's a jerk. Then again, he is my second favorite Mario character, so I'm not going to say very much about him. Okay, so then we're going to head back upstairs if I don't get stuck on my own design, and head on not outside, but head on to the first floor, and yeah, we'll head on into the dance parlor with the dancing people. Now, I do have some really interesting atmospheric music, but I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get in trouble with, Minecraft people for having that. Now, those of you that have played Luigi's Mansion would know that you'd look in the mirror and be like, hey, there's a button here, and this wall would move back. Well, since I can't really do that with pistons, I'll just break down this wall real quick for you. So this would move back to that wall, and then the boos would come out of here. Interesting fact, this actually connects to the room that King Boo's in, or the hallway at least, so that's kind of a cool little thing. I'm not going to fix that because I don't have to save. Alright, so this is the storage room and the ballroom. So yeah, I'm not playing any music. I won't be doing anything like that. Hopefully, I might not. I don't know, but there's copyright issues with that. I don't want to get in trouble. So here is the dining hall where you'll fight Mr. Big Fat, and then heading on in here we have the kitchen, and then we'll go ahead and go outside to the dog run, which has a flower and the thingy and the stuff, and you go to the doghouse and come out in the cemetery that has moldy things, and here you'd fight Bogmire, and he'd be like, yeah, and you'd get all scared and whiny, so we'll break logic here and just fly over. Head on back in the mansion and sprint our way back through. Jesus, that's way too quick. Okay, now we're back in the hallway, and head on down here. So the conservatory is also the name of the music room. I didn't know a music room could be called a conservatory, but apparently it is, so, that's not what I meant to do. Making music and all that kind of stuff. Here's the piano that, Melody would be sitting at. Melody Piasma, I think, is her last name. It's like a piano, piano mixed with plasma. It's really cool. It's also the name of some kind of musical thing. Everything in this game is referencing something. The downstairs bathroom where you fight Mrs. Fat. Actually, she's upstairs, I think. I don't remember. I haven't played Luigi's Mansion in forever. I just built this whole thing off memory, basically. So here we have the billiards room and then the projector room, which is probably one of my favorite rooms in the house just because it looks neat. So that's the billiard. This is the billiards room. That's the projector room. Moving on. We will head on outside and we'll try to follow the game's logic as far as we can. Here we have the fountain. I'm glad it's still nighttime, actually. It's almost daytime, so we're going to have to hurry up, or I'm going to have to cut this video short. And we'll head on down to the well, and we'll look into King Boo. You'll be able to see King Boo over there if we actually had a cutscene, but we don't, so we'll look at King Boo at the very end. And then we'll head on up to the roof after that, trying to follow the game's logic as much as we possibly can. Here is the outhouse where you'll meet Toad, and then going on ahead on to the Biff Atlas's workout room. Tried my best to make, things for workout. I don't know what the hell this stuff's called, so I'm not even going to try. I'm not a workout kind of guy. Look at that rhyming skills. And there's the door to the main floor, which you'd get a key to from, I think, Biff Atlas. Anyway, moving on upstairs to the tea room or the sitting room or whatever the hell this is supposed to be. Those are cabinets, not fireplaces. Moving on to the second floor hallway, we'll head on down here because this room is the upstairs washroom, bathroom, and Nana's room. So here we have the upstairs bathroom, the washroom, the upstairs bathroom, and it's the same thing as the one downstairs, and then Nana's room where you fight her with, her thread and sewing balls and all that kind of crazy whatnot. Anyway, moving on to the astral thingamajigger. I don't remember what this room is called. It has a really weird name, but this is the room you get stuck in an infinite loop, and then you have to fight Shy Guys and stuff. And then the observatory is in here. This is where you get Mario's Power Star, that thing. Apparently there's not a door there. That's weird. Anyway, moving back out to the hallway. And if you remember, there is a sealed door here. There is a way to get in this room, but, you know, that's the same way you do it in the actual game. You'd have to get on the roof to get down there. Moving into the sitting room, and then into the guest room or Soupy's room, which is upside down on purpose. Even though the house is lit up, this is technically what the house looks like before you beat the ghosts. So yeah, that's a thing. I just wanted to have a custom idea. Heading on up to the third floor, if you've noticed, the floors have gotten progressively darker, the first floor being the white wood, the second floor being this normal wood, and then the third floor being entirely made out of spruce. I believe this is spruce. I couldn't put fake doors in the mansion. I might have been able to, but that would have been weird looking. So here is the safari room. Not very much impressive, but then again, neither is the room. And we'll look outside. Look at all that pretty. Okay, so it's daytime now, so none of this is going to look right. Here we have Vincent Van Gogh, Vincent Van Gogh, I believe is his name. This painting was atrocious to try to build. Excuse me there. This painting was atrocious to try to get. It probably took me 170, 180 tries. There's the chimney coming down through the floor, which is in the game, and it's a hint on how you get to the downstairs room. Now this was fun to build. So this is all half slab. This was a fun thing to do. So yeah, here is the basically the porch where you'd fight Boolossus, giant Colossa Boo thingamajigger. Heading on into the second part of this, you notice the ceilings are a lot higher here because I had room to do that. Here we have the armory, you know, the armory and all that kind of stuff. I did this on purpose. There's nothing here on purpose, so don't need. And here's the pot room with Jarvis. Jarvis, get it? I bet you didn't know that when you were a kid. Anyway, so here's the armory and the ceramics room is what that's called. Here's the telephone room with the infamous Easter egg of Luigi hanging himself, which would be right here. If we had lightning outside, that'd be awesome, but we don't, so I can't do that for you. And then we'll head on into the toy room, the toy soldier room, which is very colorful and very obnoxious. And if you know that, when you beat the 3 toy soldiers, you head on upstairs via elevator, but we don't have elevators in Minecraft. I could use the whole boat ladder thing, but I don't want to deal with that. So here we have the roof. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm invincible, and this would be cooler at nighttime, but I can't really control when that does because I don't have a daylight sensor and I don't have the console commands. So here we'd have the Shy Guys, and that one, if you climb up, you don't do anything. But if you go over here on the roof, and if you remember in the game, you could climb up this. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, if we climb up this, we can, you'd fall down the chimney, but you really can't do a fall down. You'd fall down the chimney and you land in this room, which is the sealed room, and it's very shiny, colorful, full of gold and treasure. This would probably be a secret room for Hunger Games if I ever do make this map a Hunger Games map, which I probably will end up doing. So yeah, basically this is the entire mansion. I can't think of a part of this that I forgot except for the basement, so we're going to head on back downstairs and go to the basement. I'm not going to, go all the way back down here because I can just go over here. So we'll head on out here, and then we'll head on down to the basement, which is probably smarter to run outside and then run down there, but that's fine. So you'd head down to the basement, and the whole point of the game is, get Mario back, save him. Luigi has to save him. And I remember this game not being very liked by the community because it was all about Luigi and no one liked Luigi. Well, this game and Super Mario Sunshine are my 2 favorite Mario games ever, so it's like I am on the odd end of hatred here. So, yeah. So we're going to head on down to King Boo's room. And if you're still with me after listening to my terrible commentary over Luigi's Mansion, I thank you for staying so long. Here we're going to go fight King Boo, and by fight King Boo, I mean go look at King Boo. So here's King Boo's room, the final room, I guess, and then you'd basically stop right here, and he'd be like, yeah, and make references to Star Wars and all that kind of stuff. This is trippy as shit, by the way. If you do this with glowstone, it looks really, really weird. So yeah, that's odd. And then I made the painting kind of a trap for Hunger Games, so if you go in here, eventually you're just going to fall, and then you're stuck. This goes down by 2, and you basically get stuck in there forever, so that's a good little place for trapping people if they're a little bit too curious. And this is where the well will, look in and that stuff. So basically, that's Luigi's Mansion. I'm going to destroy my own build and go up through the floor here because I don't want to have to deal with it. So I'm going to do a little bit of a flyover to show you guys what it looks like. I'm apologizing for the fact it's still daylight, but I don't have the ability to make it nighttime. So the whole entire mansion is fairly sizely. I mean, it took about 18 hours, like I said, of work to do. My favorite part of the entire thing is the roof. The roof design, this was probably the most annoying thing to do because of trying to get it all equal and perfect. The middle part wasn't so hard. It became difficult when I tried to wrap it around the edge here. That was just this whole thing right here is just tedious. So chicken. All right. So this is basically what the mansion looks like. The wood's different color because it's shaded, and yeah, I'll do a little bit of a huge flyover to show you guys the general scale of it. If you look on the actual map, since I'm not actually saving it, this is the only thing that's on this map right now because I'm waiting for the next Minecraft title update number 12 to come to the 360 before I start building other maps. I have a few Gears of War multiplayer maps in the works, but I'm waiting, like I said, for the half slabs and the staircase stuff to be added in, and some other little details. So I'm basically waiting for that stuff to build more maps. If you're interested in seeing my other designs, like when I finish the Gears of War maps and all that kind of stuff, if you guys want videos on that, I'd be more than happy to record them after I finish the maps. That is, I have a couple that are halfway done, but I mean they're not all that special, so it's not really that big of a deal to show. So basically, that's been Luigi's Mansion. If you guys want to see me build anything else, leave it in the comments, and maybe I'll get around to it at some point. I don't really have anything else to do besides this, so yeah, I love Minecraft. It's fantastic, and this video is about as long as I usually make them, so that's pretty good. So yeah, this is the walkway in, and yeah, I mean that's about it. That's Luigi's Mansion for you. I would like to remake this thing about 4 times bigger, but I don't really feel like doing that because this took me forever. I don't really want to spend a week of my life doing it. So yeah, if you guys want to see me do any other kind of any other rebuilds of things like this, I'm working on rebuilding Delfino Plaza from Super Mario Sunshine. I threw around the idea of building a Metroid map, but that went out of crazy really quick. So yeah, if there are any like buildings like this you can think of from old video games, mainly on the Nintendo, mainly Mario games, really, I could probably try to rebuild it. I'm gonna try to build all of Super Mario Sunshine, all like the side worlds like Serena Beach and the amusement park and you know, Pianta Village and all that kind of stuff. But that's a huge project. I'm also trying to build Gears of War maps and that kind of thing. So I mean, if you guys are interested in seeing those, leave a comment or a like or a subscription if you want to see more. I'm basically here to entertain you guys, and I mean, enjoying it in the same time, so it's pretty fun for me, and I know you guys like seeing this kind of stuff too. So, yeah, that's been Luigi's Mansion. Any suggestions, leave a comment. If you like this video, please leave a corresponding rating. If you didn't like it, there's a dislike button. I mean, that's what it's there for. And if you want to see more from me, or if you're hoping to see some other stuff in the future, leave a subscription, and you'll get my videos in your upload feed. Because, you know, I'm trying to put out videos as quick as I can, doing a Metro series or a Call of Duty World at War series, a Minecraft series, and now I'm going to be doing builds. So, and I'm pretty much taking suggestions from the community. What do you guys want to see me do? And I'll try to do it and upload it. So, I'm here for you guys. So, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Veritas and Filler Killers, everyone. This has been Luigi's Mansion. Please leave a like if you would like to, subscription if you love me, and comment if you want to see more. So, I guess have a great day, everyone, and thank you all so much again for watching.